Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 1 of House 3 of the Drifter Challenge. And the Drifter Challenge was created by Vahisha Taknai, and I will have a link to the full rules down below, but I will also go over them shortly. Now, this is my heir from House 2. Her name is Charity Driver, and she is returning to Oasis Springs, which is where her grandmother, Alicia, started out. And I am, just to start with, like I said, I'm going to go over the rules, but I just want to get her started, and then I'll go over the rules. Her needs are okay, but she did sort of hang out a little bit after, because I was trying to clear out things out of her mother's inventory, because I've heard that that can help with just keeping games healthy in terms of like stopping lagging in the game. So I am going to go into her rewards store, and I don't usually like to use the potions, but just to keep things all even, I'm going to use the moodlet solver. I'm going to have her buy that because she did get boosted a little bit. Her energy shouldn't be quite so high because she went off to bed on her own while I was doing all that cleaning out of all the stuff out of the household inventory in the other house. So I need to go into her inventory. She has nothing in her inventory. She does in the family inventory. I stuck a forbidden fruit that her grandmother had earned during the plant sim challenge long time ago. So she needs to pay for that. She's supposed to pay for that before we buy anything for her, and it's worth 250 simoleons, but I'm not going to use it until she actually has paid for it and earned it. So she has that, and I am going, now that she is okay, it looks like she's thinking about relics from the Adventures pack, Jungle Adventures. I think that I'm getting the names right. I'm going to have her go do some fishing, and then I'm going to go over all the rules for this house and explain all the details, which will also be down below. So that should have boosted all of her needs, so she is in good shape. So it is fall. It is not like the first day. Let's take a look at the calendar. It is, Wednesday, and I think it would have started, so she doesn't have a lot of time. And what is this? This is the neighborhood brawl day. And at least she's starting on a nice sunny day, and she has some mystery weather coming up, and then there is Harvest Fest. So we are going to be getting, she doesn't have a lot of time before she has to really get some stuff, get a house built. So with the Drifter Challenge, you start with nothing on an empty lot. And that happens for each of your heirs that start, or you can do them as standalone challenges. And for House 3, you need to have your sim, your main sim, who is the only one you can control in this house. For the most part, there's a few small exceptions to that. You need to have them, let's zoom in on her, you need to have them max the fishing and the gardening skill. And once they do that, you can place the park in Oasis Springs, so then you have a park that you can go to. You cannot travel off of your lot until you have 1,000 simoleons, and you always have to have 1,000 simoleons to be able to travel. There are a couple of exceptions. If you're in an active career, you can travel without it, and if you have a baby, you can go to the hospital without the 1,000 simoleons, but that's it. So you have to do that. She has to complete her angling ace aspiration, which became easier with the last week's patch, because now the fish that you catch in the various different expansion packs and game packs and whatnot, they count towards the 20 fish you need for the last part of the aspiration. So that is going to be an easier one to do. And we need to grow a cow plant, and we need to collect 5 different essences. Oh, there's her grandmother hanging out, fishing beside her. You need to collect 5 different essences from the cow plant. So there's one of the exceptions where you can control the other household sims. You can tell them to go to eat the cake. You don't have to wait for them to do it on their own. And then you can have them claim beds, and you can age them up on the birthday cake. And I think if I wasn't playing a female and I had a male, you could have the other sim, if they were pregnant, take a pregnancy test, if I remember correctly. But I tend to usually make my main heir a female because one little tip is that unless you play with mods or whatnot, your aging is turned off when your sims are pregnant. So it gives you a bit more time to complete all your house goals. And I did actually miss 2 more house goals. One of which is that she needs to build a house worth 40,000 simoleons. It needs to be 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and she needs to raise an heir until young adult. those are all the goals that I can think of off the top of my head for this challenge. So she will obviously have to find someone to get married so that she can have an heir. I think you're supposed to get married. I can't remember. I know that's a rule for house 2, but I'm not sure that that's actually as important. But I usually just find someone, so we'll be worrying about that a little while later, because right now she needs to get some money. A little bit of money first. So she has already been working on her angling ace aspiration, because when she aged up to a teen, I had her, I chose that aspiration for her up front, and then I had her mom encourage her to go fishing by forming, groups. You can't have club gatherings on your lot. That's one of the other rules of the challenge, but you can have them off the lot. So I did use them off the lot a little bit, and I essentially influenced Charity through her mother to work on a few of her skills. So she does have some skills up front because she was, born in the game and raised and earned some skills as she was going. So she's already level 5 of fishing. She is only level 1 of gardening. She doesn't have very much of that because there wasn't really a lot of opportunity to work on that one. And fishing is a really good one to have to start, as well as painting. But fishing is particularly good because they're more likely to catch more valuable fish in the beginning. Now, she does have a few traits. Her traits are she is active. That's both her mother was active and her father was active, and actually her grandfather was also active. So that's sort of one that's been carried down. And she's creative, which is also a trait that both her grandmother and her mother had. And I figured I would give her loves the outdoors because of all the, the fact that she's supposed to be working on her gardening and her fishing. So I thought that seemed an appropriate trait to have. And she has collector from choosing a nature aspiration. So she did get a happy toddler, which meant she got level 3 of all of her toddler skills. And then as a teen, she was able to get 3 of the parenthood traits: mediator, good manners, and responsible. Now, responsible is useful when they have careers, which I was thinking I was going to put her in a career, but I think maybe I'll put her in the gardening career. It does not pay right now when you work from home, and that's mostly what I'm going to have her do, is work from home. And if I end up finding I don't want to do it, I'll just have her quit. But she did graduate. She did age up as an A student in high school, so she will start at level 3 of whatever career she starts, if she starts a career. Like I said, I think I will. And she has mediator, which I don't actually have a higher chance of successfully apologizing to other Sims, and can mediate the forums. They can also mend differences with Sims they have not been friendly with for a long time. And then good manners I find useful because they won't want to do any gross manners interactions, at least not in front of anyone. They also have a new polite introduction and can gain friendly relationships faster. Good mannered Sims can also offer gratitude to the host of the house they are visiting. But I find it also gives you a boost when you meet people. And what is her? Is she getting hot? She is getting hot. So this is one of the issues. We're going to have her change into a hot weather outfit, and that should hopefully help her with that. Now, we need to mount. Hopefully that helps soon. Because, I see that it's gone away. So we have a congratulations on your recent birthday. So let's see how many fish we have. She's caught 4 fish. So we are going to just mount them because we need to sell them, so we have a bit of money. So there we go, we have 4. And then also to move on to the next part of the aspiration, though she has nothing to use for bait right now because she has nothing in her inventory, because the next tier is you have to catch some fish with bait. But she has no bait to catch. So while she's fishing, I'm going to take a look and see what is also around the neighborhood. Probably what I should have had her on was the curator aspiration, because all the fish that you catch count towards that. So, and since it doesn't count for anything else, so we got 1 already, so she could actually do that part, but I think we'll just leave it for now. So she can come and dig that. This is a cherry tree, which I think, if I remember correctly, is summer, so we won't be able to harvest that anyways. There's an onion, which I can't remember if that's fall and winter or just winter. Sometimes they tell you when you hover over them, and other times they don't tell you. There's a lemon tree that I just skipped over because nothing is, of course, ready, and I don't know what season tulip is, so she might not get much. She might have to buy to get her gardening started, because she might have to buy some seeds. Let me see. Cherry. Like, this may not be anything in this neighborhood that's going to help her with that. And there's an onion that's growing pretty heartily, so maybe we'll get some onions, because that would be good. And let's see. She's caught a fishing goria. Oh, look, there's a frog. I'd like to get that one. I'm going to look for frogs. Let's stop fishing for now and go do some collecting. I'm guessing that's more onions. Yeah. And another dig site, so we'll dig that up. And that one is a cherry tree, and I thought there was blackberries in this neighborhood, but they're not worth as much, there it is, as they used to be with the gardening overhaul. And I think they are a summer plant, if I remember correctly. Is that the same blackberry? Or is there two right beside each other? No, there's two right beside each other, so it's not the same one. And there's more fish. Oops, there's the gate. I guess we live in a slightly, in what seems to be a bit of a gated community, but not that it's keeping anyone out. And there's a lemon tree, another dig site, and a tulip. So there, let's get this. Let's dig. I suppose if we get her started in the career, she'll get her career rewards. I just find they don't actually get paid very much. And is that another blackberry bush? They don't actually get paid. Did she actually get her collectibles, or did that cancel? I'm thinking that canceled. Sometimes I find my things I have in the queue that I ask them to do, they don't actually do them, and they cancel them all out, and you've got to go and set them all up again. So now, she's got this one. What did she get? She got a capsule, which of course won't count as a collectible until you open it. She got another and they're usually worth more. But I'm going to open one, and then I'll sell the other one whole unopened. So she got a My Sims trophy, and that's a cheap one. I like to have one in the house because they're useful when you're trying to... sorry, I'm still trying to look for the things that I already asked her to collect, and now she didn't collect them. So we'll come back over here and dig that one up. When you have certain gold events, you need to make your Sims playful. So even though I don't actually like the playful moodlet, because your Sims can die if they become hysterical, it's good to have it so you can just turn it on and off when you're doing social events. So it is hot. At least it's not a heat wave. So you're going to probably need something soon for that. We don't even have enough money yet to pay for our forbidden fruit that we have in our inventory, which I guess is something we could plant as soon as we get that money, which we will, because I'm going to, as soon as she's finished collecting. Where are you? Maybe we should go a bit faster so that she can get through these collections a little bit more quickly. And what, she's got another capsule, and then what frog did we get? We need a second frog so we can breed it. And now, well, I'm going to just go play. So she got one frog. Oh, so this is the lemon tree, and we can view it. So it is growing up. It's just that it's not got anything on it. And that's still just a view, which doesn't really help us very much. I thought we had, there's another dig. Let's try and get that. We're going to dig that one up. Now hopefully that frog respawns so that we can get a second frog, and hopefully it's a different frog. And there's the lemon tree. So it obviously grows quicker, I'm guessing, than the cherry tree. That's a blackberry bush, which I missed the first time round. So hopefully she goes and gets that one. And that's a tulip, I think, from the shape of it. And there's another lemon tree. And the cherry tree. So it's definitely slower. So then we're going to bring her over here, and we're going to go fishing again. That seems lower to the ground than I remember. So I'm going to sell that. And I'm just waiting for her to harvest to collect that one thing. Oh, she got some metal, so that worked. And that wasn't really worth very much, so I'm just going to keep it for now. So I'm going to put her back onto her angling ace aspiration. And she has to mount or bowl another fish. So there we go. We're going to mount that. And then we're going to sell it. So we're done. And so that means she now has 250. So I'm going to go and take that money away. testing cheats on money, and if you take 250 off of 347, I think that's going to leave us with 97. Yep, it shows us that we took 250 away. So there, we can now plant our forbidden fruit, which maybe I should get her to do that sooner rather than later, so that she can get that starting to grow, because it has no season, so that's good. Oh, and she got level 6 of the fishing skill, so that helped her get some more aspiration points or satisfaction points. And she needs to catch, like I said, she needs to catch with bait, but she doesn't really have very much for bait, so I'm going to just let her catch some more fish, and hopefully she'll catch something she can use in turn. Like that goldfish she just got, she can use it for a bait, and hopefully catch something with it to help with that. I'm going fast. So let's see if she catches one more thing, and then I'll start fishing with it. And she's getting a bit hungry. So oh, she did catch something else. Well, that's good. Well, she doesn't have really very much money, and I didn't notice anything in the neighborhood for her to eat. It doesn't seem like this neighborhood has a, with seasons, sometimes you have, this neighborhood doesn't seem to have anything. The booths, they've added some of the, like a booth to the neighborhood, but this one I don't see any booths. There's a bench she can sleep on, and there is the lemon tree, but there's no booths here, and there's nothing really. No grills for her to eat off of, so she's kind of have to earn a little bit more money. So let me just figure out which is her lot. Her lot is right here, so she is fishing close to her lot. So I'm going to go into build mode to take our forbidden fruit out, and at least she has a bench close to her lot. We're going to put this on the ground. That's a perfect fruit. I don't know how long it's going to take her to actually for it to grow and produce anything on it, but let's just go here and we are going to plant it, because she could possibly even eat it. Not this one. I mean eat it once it's planted. And she just seemed to reset a little bit there. So go ahead and water that, please. And then we're going to take you to do some more fishing, because we need to earn a little bit more money very, very quickly. So there we go. We've watered once, and I'm going to put her... I like to aspiration swap, so we'll be doing this a lot. And in the earlier stages, I tend to do it even more. You know what? She has one that's closer, so we're just going to come fish over here. So we're going to... What are you doing? You're doing sit-ups, of course, because you're active. We're going to fish with bait. We're going to try it. We're going to use goldfish. And hopefully you catch something with that, so that we didn't waste it. It may just be that it's better just to have her fish and not worry so much about this angling ace aspiration. Well, she did catch one fish with the bait. I didn't see what she caught. She caught a koi. So it wasn't worth very much. No, we can't travel anywhere. We don't have 1,000 simoleons. So one of the things with the Drifter Challenge is that you start with both Willow Creek and Oasis Springs empty at the beginning of House 1, with the exception that you can place a restaurant, which is why we got a invitation to go to a restaurant, because I do have a restaurant. I have been thinking of replacing it with maybe not quite such a high-end restaurant like I placed there, and that gets put on the lot where the museum normally goes in Oasis Springs, so it's in this neighborhood. But then as time goes on and you meet certain house goals, you can place other lots down, which we're on the first house where we can place something, which, of course, as I mentioned before, is the park in Oasis Springs. So we will have access to that one soon. So she has no... I don't know what to say, because I don't think anything she has is really worth very much. I need another frog so I can breed it, even though it's not worth very much. And I maybe should have just sold this at 70 to give her more money off the top. Oh, she caught another goldfish. Yeah, because I don't know how much I mean, I could use a moodlet solver again, which I don't really like to use, but it might be, the easiest option since there's no food or no bathroom in this neighborhood. And We would have had enough for a toilet had I not paid it, had I not wanted to keep the forbidden fruit. That's sort of just something that she caught with her, oh look, we got a fish worth $89. Excellent, so we will definitely sell that. And I think that counts, if I remember, as a great catch. Yes, it does, so that's good. So yeah, I think I'll just leave it. 186, earn us a little bit more money, catch us something else. If it comes down to it, I'll just sell. Well, let's see how much these kois are. They're worth 43. So we don't, I think the toilet is maybe 240. Be nice if we could have that by the end of this part. And that's not, it's 19. But she doesn't have enough money for, she needs something to eat too. I'm not sure which is more important. I mean, I could have just got her steel bladder, but now she has to go to the bathroom. Keep fishing. Catch another tuna. That's not so good. Okay. So you're really, really hungry. Let's take a look at what a toilet costs. We're gonna go under. So we could either let her pee herself and buy her a cooler, I'm guessing. Let's see. So the toilet. Oh, actually the bush. Oh, I don't normally like them, but these are only 50. I'm gonna buy that. I don't normally like the bushes because they. But I'm gonna buy the bush, and let's take a look at activities and skills. That's from the Jungle Adventures, and let's take a look and see how much a cooler is, or if worse comes to worse, if a cooler is too expensive, I'll just buy. I know it's not. It's 145. So she's got food and she's got a way to go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna pause it here and end it here too. So I'm gonna send her to the bathroom and get her something to eat and have her take a sleep on the bench over there, and we will be back in the morning in the next part, unless something very interesting happens in the meantime. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much.